हाँ 4:30 वगैरह अपन करो। ठीक चला हो सकता है।
हेलो 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 गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन hello am I audible is my voice audible is it clear yes right okay I'll start with few things here listen carefully see first thing for today is our class will be up to 6:45 only. Today's class is from 5:30 to 6:45 only. Okay, because at 7 I have got another class. I have to go for another class, so class will be up to 6:45. So as our class is up to 6:45, what I will do, this homework question, I will hold for tomorrow. Okay, I will discuss this answer tomorrow. Okay, at the same time I will give another homework question because I will discuss some more part. So this is today's homework question. Note it down. Homework question. Note down. Not note down. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot. Okay. Take a screenshot. I repeat that our class will be up to 6:45, so it's better to go for the today's concepts. Not every day up to 6:45. Today only. Today only I have got class up to 6:45. Okay. Then yes, another thing. See what disturbing thing I saw on the WhatsApp is that, see WhatsApp, this is WhatsApp, our group, we created one group, right? Okay, see most of you are there for most of the time. I repeat, most of you are there for most of the time, which is absolutely wrong, I'm saying. Okay, please give it a thought that for how much time you exactly should be there. Please give it a thought. Okay, because you being there for entire time is of no use at all. Even if you are answering some questions there, even if you are clearing some doubts, okay, you are not proving anything there. Understand this point. You are not proving, you are simply wasting your time. I'm saying, you have doubt, post it on the WhatsApp group, leave it. Decide 1 hour in the day where you will be on the social media, be it WhatsApp, Telegram, Facebook, anything. 1 hour only, maximum 1 hour. You shouldn't be there all the time. Not at all, I'm saying. And again, I'm saying that you are answering others' questions, okay, and you are responding to others. You are not proving anything there. That is not the test. That real test doesn't happen on the WhatsApp. Okay, please restrict yourself. You post your doubt. Anyone can answer it, and leave it. Okay. So at whenever this 1 hour comes, at that time you just check others answers, or whatever answer, if I answer it. Okay. But please don't be there all the time. Don't be there at all the time. Okay. Okay. Now I have to discuss concepts of the friction, so that's why I will restrict myself on discussing other things. I will again come on to this point, that how effectively you should use this, or what not to do on the WhatsApp group, that I will discuss some other day. Today, for 1 hour and 15 minutes, 75 minutes, I have to discuss the concepts. So I will go to the concept. Okay. Uh, Okay, yeah, and one more thing. I gave a challenge today, right? Actually, I gave a challenge for today, that yesterday I gave that morning session. I'm sure that if you have done it, you must have observed that how quiet the things are, and how much you can think. Lot of things are to think, right? Lot of things are there. Okay, do it one more day, one more challenge. Do it one more day. Do it tomorrow, and tomorrow I will tell you that how to divert your mind to the to the to the gate exam preparation or ES exam preparation. How to make it more effective. Okay. Dharmik is asking that how to come on the WhatsApp group. You have my number. You just drop message there. I will send the WhatsApp link. Okay. Other things like how many days to complete subject? Minimum 15 days are required. Minimum 15 days are required. Okay. Start at 4. That's beyond me. That I don't decide. I have messaged you already, Dharmik Pawar. I will reply you. I will reply. Okay. 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 Now, forget everything. Forget everything. Now there is only one thing in our world which matters now, is this chapter, that is friction. Forget everything else. There is nothing important here other than friction. Okay, keep listening. Now keep listening. This is going to be a very interesting story and a very interesting ride also. Okay, keep listening. Now, first thing I should focus on, or I should bring back, that important units. Most important unit in the mechanics is the truss. The next important unit is the friction. Next important unit is the friction, and we are now discussing the friction. Okay. Now, in the friction formula or friction force, you must have seen formula something like F is equal to mu into N, something like this, something like in this form. Okay. Now we must understand what these different terms are here. So let us start with the first of those terms, this N. Now N is same normal reaction which we are using by now. If we take any contact surface gives two reactions. One is perpendicular to the contact surface, another is parallel to the contact surface. Perpendicular and parallel. So perpendicular component of the reaction is the normal reaction. As the name says, it is normal, so it is a perpendicular to the contact surface. Okay, first symbol N. Okay, now you must have seen somewhere sometimes that this frictional force, sometimes it is mu s into n, sometimes it is mu s into n, sometimes it is mu k into n, sometimes. Okay, so what this mu s mu k are, you see here, this mu stands for coefficient of friction, and this s stands for static. S stands for static. Okay, so mu s is static coefficient of friction. Static, whenever this block is in static position, rest position, then we have to use mu s. And when the block is moving, then it is kinetic coefficient of friction that we have to use. How to use and all, it is coming. Okay. Now here, one term, interesting term, important term. I'm calling it as capital P, and see what is the meaning of capital P. Capital P is the force in the direction of possible motion. In the direction of possible motion. So we have to understand from the question that in which direction the block or the roller can move. In that direction, whatever the force is acting, that is capital P. Whatever. Okay. Now on the rough paper, write down this capital P. What is capital P is? Write down on the rough paper, because I'm going to clear it on the next slide. So write it down first. Write down this one. Okay. What is P coming in detail? Just write down. Just write down what it means. What in detail it is coming. In detail it is coming. Okay. Now listen carefully. Now P is force in the direction of positive motion. I'll give some examples. Listen or see these examples one by one. See these examples one by one. Now see the first example. See the first example. There is this block. See this block. Okay. This block. Let us put in black color. Okay. Now this block is kept on the ground surface. Ground surface. Only force acting is a weight. So in this case, how much will be the normal reaction? Normal reaction will be zero. Sorry, not zero. Normal reaction will be W equal to weight. Okay, now listen carefully. Now recall P. What is P? P is the force in the direction of possible motion. Now see this block. If this block has able to move, it will be moving in this direction, isn't it? Either towards right or towards left. Okay. Now this is the direction of possible motion. Do we have any force in that direction? We don't have any force in that direction. So P for this case is how much? P for this case is 0. Now, again, you read on the paper what you have written for the P. P is the force in the direction of possible motion. The possible motion is along the X direction. We don't have any force in X direction. So P is 0 in this case. Okay. Another example. See this simple example. In this example, again, normal reaction will come. Normal reaction will come, right? And now you see that this normal reaction has to balance weight. So normal reaction will be equal to W. But now this time, the possible motion is in this direction. We have a force in that direction. There is a force which can create a motion, that is this capital F. So for this example, capital P is equal to F. Again, you read what you have written for capital P. Capital P is the force in the direction of possible motion. Possible motion can happen in X direction here. Why in X direction? Because your ground level is X direction, right? So capital P is F, the force which can create the motion, I'm not saying that the force will create the motion. I'm saying that force can create the motion. Okay. Now, another example. Now see, in this case, again, normal reaction will come from the ground. And how much will be normal reaction this time? This time the normal reaction will be, see the diagram, W plus F. Tell me how much is P in this case? I'm waiting for your replies. How much is P in this case? How much is P in this case? You have written the meaning of P. Read it, apply it, and post your answer. How much is P? Yes, very good. P is the force which can create the motion, right? To create the motion means, see, the motion can be created in this direction. Okay, now why I am not considering other directions? Other directions means, see, like this and all. See, these directions I am not at all worried about, because those directions are those motion directions are not going to bring the friction force now. That I'm not worried about them at all. So only direction I'm worried about is this one, which will bring the friction. Okay, so we don't have any force in that direction. So capital P for this case is 0. Even if we are applying a force, on the block, capital F we are applying, even if it is applied, still there is no force which can create the motion here. So capital P is how much? Capital P is equal to 0 here. Next example. Now see this example. Again, a block of weight W kept on the ground surface. Now we are applying inclined force F. Okay, now see, in this case, see the rest of the forces. Normal reaction will come from the ground, right? Okay, resolve this F. So this will have two components. One will go like this, another will go like this. Okay, now see the components. This is going to be F cos theta. This is going to be F sin theta. Okay, now see, in this case, the normal reaction will be equal to W minus F sin theta. and the force which can try to create the motion, force in the direction of possible motion, is F cos theta. So capital P in this case is F cos theta. Again, the motion possible is in this direction. Okay, so this is F cos theta in that direction. Okay, next let's go for another example. Okay, now see, we are keeping a block of weight W on the inclined surface, Now recall from yesterday's discussion. Yesterday we discussed that this weight will create angle theta with normal surface, and that angle theta is same as this angle. We discussed that yesterday, right? Okay, now see the components. One component W this way, another component of W this way, components of W, then there will be normal reaction like this. Okay, now listen or see here that this component of W is W cos theta, this component is W sin theta, and then this is normal reaction. Okay, now in this case, the normal reaction will be equal to W cos theta. Tell me how much is P in this case. I'm waiting for your replies. How much is P in this case? In this case, how much is P? I'm waiting for your replies. How to decide P? See what you have written. Possible motion. Motion in which direction? You see it first. And in that direction, how much is the force? Yes, very good, very good. See, the motion is possible along the inclined surface, right? This is the direction of motion. And in this example, the motion can be downward only because we don't have force in the upward direction. The weight can only bring it down. So in that direction, is there a force acting? Yes, there's a force acting. How much is that? W sin theta. So this P here in this case is W sin theta. Okay. Now I hope that, just let me zoom out. Okay. Now I hope that, oh, this is from. I hope that how to calculate P is clear. Have a look at all the examples here. Okay. When block is moving, friction is also coming. Those all things are coming. Here we just cleared how to calculate P. That's it. Why P is not negative? Don't worry about that. Okay. Don't worry about other things. Okay, one of the students asking how we are going for sine and cos. See that. See this force with this component angle made is theta. Na? That is a cos will come here. We discussed all these things in the first class. Okay. Okay. Now let's go for the concept where we are discussing the most basic things about the friction. Okay. So I want your total attention. Okay. Listen carefully. Okay. We are taking a simple case where a block of weight 100 Newton is kept on the ground surface. Okay. Now there will be some normal reaction N. Okay. Now tell me from this example, how much is capital P? I'm waiting for your replies. Tell me how much is capital P? How much is capital P? Yes, capital P is the force which can create the motion, force in the direction of motion. Here the motion possible is horizontal. So this F itself will be equal to, P, isn't it? This F will be equal to P. Okay, so this is P. Okay, now listen next part. Now for this example, I am taking some values like mu s. What is mu s? coefficient of friction in static case. I'm taking this value as 0.4 and I'm taking mu k kinetic as 0.3. Okay, now I'm taking these values. Now question will come to sir, why mu k is less than mu s? Answer is coming. So how to decide these values? That answer is also coming. That answer is also coming. How to get these values and why mu k is less than mu s? All those things are coming. Okay, now come to the point. Now, if I talk about the static, recall that in static, the frictional force, you must have seen something formula like mu s into n, right? If I put that formula here, in this case, see, normal reaction will be equal to 100 Newton, isn't it? Because weight is 100, so normal reaction will also be 100. If I put these values, in this mu s into n formula, mu s is 0.4, normal reaction is 100, so this value will be 40 Newton. Okay, so this is static frictional force. Okay, let me go for the second one. Okay, next is kinetic or dynamic. Okay, in dynamic, this will become frictional force. What formula we should go for? We should go for mu k into n. How much is mu k? We are taking 0.3. So this is 0.3 into n. N is how much? 100. So this value is how much? This value is 30 Newton. Okay. Okay. Now next point. Okay. Now listen carefully. Now important thing is coming here. Now see, I'm going to make a table. In that table, first I'm going to take the force P. I'm going to take different values of force P or force F. I'm going to take different values because both are same. P and F both are same here. Okay. Then depending upon this force P, I will decide or we will discuss state of block. State of block means block is moving or block is at rest. That we will decide based upon the values coming. Okay, then we will decide how much is a frictional force. See, I'm going to use F as frictional force, small f as frictional force. Okay, so these different things we will discuss. Let us start with the first case. Suppose this capital P is also equal to F, right? Okay. Suppose this capital P is equal to 0 Newton. How much? 0 Newton. 0. This is not on. This is 0. Okay. If it is 0 Newton, can you tell me the block will move or block will be at rest? I'm waiting for your replies. State means moving or rest. Okay, I'm waiting for your replies. At rest. Why at rest? Because the force which can create the motion, is the force F. And if F is 0, there is no force to create the motion. As there is no force to create the motion, the block will be in rest condition. The block will be in rest condition. Now come to the frictional force. Okay. Now see that this capital P or force F in the diagram, this one, is acting towards right hand side. So the friction force should be acting towards left hand side, right? Okay. Now tell me how much is the frictional force? I'm waiting for your replies. How much is the frictional force? How much is the frictional force? I am waiting for your replies. Just post your answer. How much is the frictional force? How much is the frictional force? Yes, I can see the answer. Different answers coming are mu s into n, 0, 40, P, F. Different answers are coming here. Okay. Pushpendra, just if your answer is same, just post it once. Some are saying 30, some are saying 40. Okay, now stop answering. Listen carefully now. Okay, now see, block is at rest. Block is at rest. So you shouldn't worry about kinetic frictional force. No? So 30 shouldn't be even part of the discussion also. 30 shouldn't be even part of the discussion. Okay. Now, block is at rest. Block is at rest. So we should refer static frictional force. Static frictional force is how much? 40 Newton. 40 Newton. Listen carefully. Listen carefully. If by mistake, if you show here, this force is 40 Newton. If by mistake you show it, then see in the x direction. See in the x direction. X direction, your P force is 0, but friction force is 40. Will block be at rest? Who will balance that 40 Newton? No one is to balance that 40 Newton. No one is there to balance 40 Newton. Friction force is to oppose the motion here. Friction force is not to create the motion here. Now see like this. How much force you are applying? 0 Newton. Block is at rest. Block is at rest means block is in equilibrium. Block is in equilibrium means all the forces are balanced. All the forces are balanced means someone has to balance this P also. See in the direction of P, the opposite direction force, friction force is acting. To balance 0 Newton, how much force is required? 0 Newton is required. So how much is the value of this F? Value of F is 0 Newton. How much is the frictional force here? 0 Newton. Understand it. Understand it. Take time and understand it. Okay, I repeat again. Listen carefully. Okay, one by one. See, if you apply 0 Newton force, if your force P or force F is 0 Newton, if it is 0 Newton, then the block will not move at all. There's no one to move the block. Okay, block is at rest. Block is at rest means all the forces are balanced. So this force capital F is balanced by the frictional force. As capital F itself is 0 force. 0 force can be balanced by 0 force only. That is why the friction force in this case is 0 Newton. Friction force is 0 Newton. Okay. Now the next doubt should come to your mind that, sir, this is a static case because the block is at rest. If this is static case, then why we are not using this 40 Newton here? Answer is very simple. We are not using 40 Newton because at this first case, we don't need 40. That is the maximum static frictional force available. That is the maximum available. It doesn't mean you need that much always. We don't. Now we don't, so it won't come that. Okay. For example, suppose on the chair you are sitting, at this moment. So suppose your weight is W. Okay. Now your weight is W. How much will be chair reaction? W. Okay. Now you take your mobile in your hand. Now suppose the weight of the mobile is, let us say, 1% of your body. So now the weight with your weight and mobile's weight together will be 1.01 times W. Now how much will be reaction from the chair? 1.01 W. Same reaction, right? Okay. Now take the mobile out. Now take the mobile, put the mobile on the table. Now the only weight acting on the chair is your weight W. Now how much is the reaction? W. What is point? Point is that chair is capable of giving you different reactions. If you apply W, it gives W. If you apply W plus 0.01 W, that is mobile of the weight of the mobile, then it gives that much reaction. So similarly here also, static frictional force is maximum value is 40 Newton. It is a maximum value. Whenever you need 40, it will give 40. But if you need less than that, it will give less than that. Okay. Okay. Is it okay by now? Is the first case okay? Is the first case okay? Pushpendra Sharma, please post your answers once only. You are posting it n number of times. Okay. Okay. Things will be more clear if we discuss more cases. Okay. Let me go for the second case. Listen carefully. In the second case, I am going to apply 10 Newton. Now the capital F or capital P is 10 Newton. Now you first tell me, is the block in rest or moving condition? and with explanation. Tell me why also. I'm waiting for your replies. I'm waiting for your replies. Yes, I'm waiting for reply. Will block move? Yes. Why? Will it not move? Then why? Tell me both. Tell me both things. Okay. Okay. I'm reading your answers. I'm reading your answers. I'm going through your answers. Okay. 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 Now stop and stop answering. Stop answering. Stop answering. Listen carefully. How much force we are applying? We are applying 10 Newton. Okay. How much maximum static frictional force can come? 40 Newton. Okay. Out of these two forces, 10 and 40, 10 can create the motion, 10 will start to create the motion. Friction force will oppose the motion. So force which can create motion is 10, force which will oppose the motion is 40. Now who is more? The opposing force is more. Now this 10 is not more than 40. That is why this block will be in rest condition. I'll put an answer here also. Why it is in rest condition? Because this 10 Newton is less than mu(s) into n. We have not yet overcome the frictional force. We have not yet overcome because we have to apply something more than 40 to overcome it. And 10 is not more than 40. That is why the block is in equilibrium. Now the question is how much is the frictional force? Think and you post your answer. Think and post your answer. Think and post your answer. How much is the frictional force now? How much is the frictional force now? Yes, now again, there are some here and there answers. Okay, okay, now listen, now listen, now listen, now listen. Okay, now see how much force you are trying, how much force we are applying? 10 Newton. How much force which is trying to move the block? 10 Newton. Is the block moving? No, block is at rest. Block is at rest means all forces are balanced. So who will balance this force? Who will balance this 10 Newton? Friction will balance it. So to balance 10 Newton, how much friction force is required? Friction force is required 10 Newton. Now that friction force will be in opposite direction towards left hand side. As it is towards left hand side, I will write it as minus 10 Newton. I repeat, see, 10 force can be balanced by another 10 force, opposite 10 force only. This P we are taking positive because it is towards right hand side, because it is towards right hand side. So the friction must be towards left hand side to balance it. That is why I have shown there minus 10 there. I hope this is okay. I hope this is okay up to now. Okay, let me take another case. This time I am going to apply force capital F plus means towards right hand side. I'm going to apply 40 Newton. Now tell me block is at rest or block is moving. 40 Newton I applied 40 Newton now this time. With explanation, not just answer. With explanation, every time explanation is must. Explanation is must. Okay, okay, good. Okay, now listen carefully. Now see how much force we are applying 40. This 40 can try to create the motion. This 40 can try. It can try. Okay. And how much is going to opposite? 40 is going to opposite. Now see, these two are just balanced. So whatever force you have applied, that force is just balanced by the frictional force. It is balanced means the block is in rest condition. Okay, one more thing. Now see that at this condition, third condition, the block is just balanced, or I will say that if we apply a little bit more than 40 Newton, the block will start moving. So I can write here that the block is ready to move. Block is ready to move, but block has not started moving. Don't mistake it. Okay, block has not started moving. Block is ready to move, but block has not started moving. Okay, this condition when the block is ready to move, this is called as impending condition. This is called as impending condition. Okay. Now tell me how much is the frictional force. I'm waiting for your replies. How much is the frictional force? How much is the frictional force now? Block is at rest now. If block is at rest, then everything must be balanced. Someone must balance that 40 Newton. So the frictional force must be also 40 Newton. Only thing is that frictional force will be towards left hand side. So this is minus 40 Newton because it is towards left hand side. Okay. Now listen carefully. Now see out of these values, the value of static frictional force is how much? Maximum value is how much? Maximum value possible is this mu into n. This is maximum value possible. Maximum value possible. And in this third case, we have reached that value. We have reached that value. So in the third case, we have reached the maximum value. We have reached the limiting value. So this is also called as limiting condition. This is also called as limiting condition. This is also called as limiting condition. Okay, now this is one set. Now we'll go for another values. We'll go for another values. Okay. Now suppose for the same example, now suppose if I apply this force F, which is also equal to P, suppose if I apply minus 25 Newton. Now tell me, is it in equilibrium or moving? Same values again, same values. Minus 25. Minus 25 towards left side I'm applying force. Now what will happen? Will it move or will it be at rest? Okay, now see, if you apply towards left hand side, now the friction will be towards right hand side. Okay, and we are applying 25. We are applying 25, but friction, how much it can come? It can come 40. So we are not yet overcome the friction. So as we are not yet overcome the friction, this is the rest condition. This is the rest condition. Okay, listen and answer this. Tell me, is it impending or limiting condition? Tell me this. Is it impending or limiting condition? Is it impending or limiting condition? Is it impending or limiting condition? No, it is not, because the block is not ready to move. The block has not reached the maximum value. How much is the maximum value? 40. It has not reached, right? So it is not impending condition. So don't mistake every condition as a impending condition. No, it is not. This is not impending condition. This is simple static rest condition. Now you tell me how much is friction force in this case. How much is friction force in this case? Now see, the block is at rest. Everything must be balanced. The force F towards left hand side can be balanced by the friction force towards right hand side. To balance 25, we need to have 25 force. So this will be plus 25 Newton. This will be plus 25 Newton, right? Okay, let me take another case. Okay, in this case, I am going to take this F as minus 40 Newton. Now again, I can comment like this, that now again this minus can be balanced by the 40. 40 is available. Why 40 is available? Because the product mu into n is 40. So 40 is available. 40 can be balanced. External force 40 can be balanced. So the block is at rest. Now I can say that this is impending condition, because this 40 is just balanced by the frictional force. If it is in impending condition, I should call it as limiting condition also. So this is limiting condition also. Okay, so how much is the friction force now? Friction force now is plus 40 Newton. Friction force now is plus 40 Newton. Let me zoom out and I want you to see all these cases together. See them all together. See all the cases together. We are going to have many conclusions from this data, and post that. Is it okay up to now? Is it okay up to now? Okay, yes, okay, so it is understood. Okay, so you are in impending condition now. That means you are ready to move to the next point. Okay, now listen carefully. From this data, I'm going to conclude a lot of points. I'll start with the first point. Listen carefully. Okay, Now see all these cases, all 5 cases, all cases are the static cases. See carefully, every case is a rest case. So all cases are the static cases, right? All cases are the static cases. All cases, in all cases, you see that the friction force, is it a constant value or changing value? Tell me, I'm waiting for your reply. Friction force, is it a constant all every time, or it is changing? Is it constant or is it changing? It's a very simple question, right? It's changing. It's changing. It is not constant. Sometimes in the first case it is 0. In the second case it is -10, then -40, +25, +40. So the first thing I should conclude is, see, static frictional force. I'll use small ff for frictional force. I'll just note it here that ff for frictional force. I can save time. Static frictional force is not a constant value. Is not a constant value. Is it? It's not. It is not a constant value. Okay, because it is changing depending upon how much force you are applying. Right? Okay, next point. Okay, now. Okay, now see the next statement. See, it is changing. Yeah, but how it is changing? Now listen carefully. See, it is changing depending upon how much you are force applying. When you apply 0, it is 0. When you apply +10, it is -10. You apply +40, it is -40. You apply -25, it is +25. You apply -40, it is +40. So it is changing as per the requirement. So I will say that, let me write it first. The static frictional force, Ff for the frictional force, is self-adjusting. It is self-adjusting force. It adjusts itself. And what does it adjust? It adjusts both magnitude and direction. It adjusts both magnitude and direction. That means sometimes it can be +25 and sometimes it can be -25, depending upon how you are applying the load. Okay, so it is a self-adjusting force. It adjusts itself depending upon how much force you are applying. Okay, next point. Okay, now see, maximum value of static frictional force. How much is the maximum value? See, that is 40 Newton. Okay, now why 40 Newton only? Because this is nothing but μs into n. This is nothing but μs into n. So the maximum value is μs into n. Maximum is that much, but any value, other value is also possible here. Okay, I'll go for the next conclusions. I'll just select this. I'll put it on this side. Okay, in the notes they will be added, don't worry. Okay, now I'll ask few more questions here. Okay, now for this data, from this data I'm asking the questions. Okay, now you tell me maximum value of force P, maximum value of force P for equilibrium. How much maximum force you can apply and still there will be equilibrium? Now can you answer this? How much maximum you can apply? And still there's equilibrium? Yes, see, it is nothing but plus 40 Newton. Now again, why only 40 value is coming? 40 is coming because this is nothing but plus μs into n. This is because plus μs into n. This is the maximum value for equilibrium. Okay, now if I ask you minimum force minimum P for equilibrium. Now, can you tell me how much minimum I can apply and still it will be equilibrium? Now, you might say answer 0. No, you go to the negative side now. So you can still go for minus 40 Newton. So as long as you go for up to minus 40 Newton, still the force is still the block is in equilibrium. Block still is in equilibrium. Now see that I will say that range of P for equilibrium. Range of P for equilibrium. If I calculate this or if I go for this, now see range means what? Range means this P should be greater than or equal to P minimum or less than or equal to P maximum. Right? Okay. Now, how much is P minimum? Minus 40 Newton. How much is P maximum? Plus 40 Newton. Okay. Minus 40 Newton. Why 40 value is there? Because it is minus mu s into n. So minus mu s into n 2 plus mu s into n. So this is the range of P for which the block will be in equilibrium. Is it okay by now? Is it okay by now? Okay. Yes. Okay. Now listen. Now let's go for the next point. Okay. Now listen carefully. Okay. Now look at this condition. This first condition, topmost condition, this condition, maximum P for equilibrium. Now for this condition, can you tell me how much is the frictional force? I'm waiting for your replies. How much is the frictional force? See how much P we are applying, plus 40. So how much should the frictional force? Minus 40. Right? Minus 40 means minus mu s into n. Right? Okay. Now see the second case, minimum P for equilibrium. So minus 40. So in this case, how much the frictional force? Frictional force is plus 40 Newton. And again, plus 40 Newton means plus mu s into n. Okay. Now listen carefully. See, I'll take it here. Okay. See, in static cases, rest cases, in static, the frictional force is not a constant value. We have seen it, we have confirmed it because it has different values at different cases. Okay, we have seen it. Okay, now in static I am saying that there are some special cases when the frictional force is equal to mu s into n. Frictional force value is equal to mu s into some special cases. Now the first case you see on the top of the screen, that maximum value of P for equilibrium. If something like this is mentioned, how much the corresponding frictional force? Maximum force mu s into n. So whenever in the question paper, if it is mentioned that you calculate or you go for the maximum force for equilibrium, at that time how much frictional force you should take? You should take the frictional force as equal to mu s into n. Again, you see carefully. See the first statement here, the maximum value of P for equilibrium, how much? 40 Newton. At that time, how much is frictional force? Minus 40 Newton. Minus 40 Newton means it is mu s into n. It is mu s into n means if something like this is mentioned in the question, then I should take the frictional force as mu s into n. So this is the first case. I repeat again. See, we have written this in detail. That in static, the frictional force is not constant value. It changes. But there are some special cases when we will take the frictional force equal to mu s into n. Some special cases. That's first special case is this case. Okay, now I'll go for second cases. Okay, now see here. Now see in the table, look at this 40 value. So at 40 value, the block is about to move. Block is about to move, and we are calling that as impending condition. We are calling that as limiting condition. So impending condition means the block is ready to move. The impending condition means the block is ready to move. If the block is ready to move means we have just reach this maximum frictional force, which also means limiting condition. So if in the question something like this is mentioned, if question is saying that you go for impending condition, if question is saying that you calculate particular thing at impending condition means what? It means how much should be frictional force? Frictional force should be mu(s) into n. Okay, at the same time, if the question is saying that you work at the limiting condition, you work at the limiting condition. So working at the limiting condition means again, how much is the frictional force? The frictional force is mu(s) into n. Okay, now again, next point. Okay, now see these values. See all these values. I will just make some space here. Okay, now see these values and you answer me this question that for these values, how much minimum value of force P should be applied so that the block will start moving? To start motion, how much minimum force P should be applied? I'm waiting for your replies. To start motion, how much minimum force should be applied? I'm waiting for your replies. Yes. Okay. Now see that. See here. Okay. I'll put it here. See, minimum P required. Minimum P required to move block or to move the block. Okay. Now see that. See how to look at such answers. Okay. Now see, if we apply 40, then block will not move. If we apply it a little bit more than 40, like 40.1, the block will move. Okay, so what we do, we take that 40 itself as a minimum value. Anything little bit more than 40 is sufficient to move the block. That is why this P minimum is taken as 40. I know it is not going to move at this condition, but still it is taken as that reference value. Anything little bit more than this, the block will start moving. The block will start moving. So how much answer? 40 is answer. 40 is taken as a reference value. Okay, next, listen carefully. Now see that if I take this 40 as the force, if I take this 40 as the force, can you tell me if I apply force equal to 40 Newton, how much will be corresponding value of the frictional force? I'm waiting for your reply. How much will be corresponding frictional force? How much will be corresponding frictional force? Yes, we have seen those cases. The frictional force will be minus 40 Newton. Okay, now this minus 40 value, this is nothing but mu(s) into n value. Mu(s) into n value, isn't it? Okay, so see, we have another case where we can use the mu(s) into n value, and what that case is, minimum force required to move the block. So if question is mentioning something like, if question is, just a second, just let me. Okay, if question is mentioning something like that, you find minimum force to move the block. Minimum force to move the block. Minimum force to move the block. If something like this is to be calculated, so at that time also, how much friction force we should take? We should take frictional force is equal to mu(s) into n. Now you have to remember these cases. You have to. Otherwise, what is going to happen? What is the problem with static? The problem with static is the frictional force value is going to change from 0 to mu s into n. So there should be always a doubt that out of these values, which value should be used? Out of all the values, which values should be used? So in specific cases, we can use this mu s into n. We can use this mu s into n. So what are those cases? These 4 are those cases. Now there is another case. Let me note it down here. I'll just show you these things already type here, so that they will be part of the notes. Okay, now see, these are the cases here. These are the cases. We discuss this one by one. See, frictional force is equal to mu s into n when see the cases, when question is saying you limiting friction, question is saying you impending condition, question is saying you maximum force for equilibrium, question is asking you to calculate minimum force to start the motion, or question is saying you that minimum coefficient of friction for equilibrium. If anything of these is mentioned in the question, then by default you can take frictional force, you can take the frictional force equal to mu s into n. If nothing of this is mentioned, then what to do, we will discuss that part. But first you write down these 5 cases with this title on the rough paper. Once you are done, post next point, we'll go for the next point. Write down this, and when we go for the numericals tomorrow, this is required. So keep this paper for tomorrow also. Write down all this. Write down all these things on the paper. Okay. One of the students asked, what is the difference between impending condition and limiting condition? Okay. See, means dictionary wise meaning is impending means the body is about to move. The body is about to move, but body has not started moving. Okay. Limiting means we have reached the maximum frictional force. Okay. Here we will take in direction of frictional force. So frictional force in both cases is mu s into n in both cases. Write down, and once you are done with writing, post next point. After that, I'll go for the next point. These 5 cases. Yes. Okay, no one is asking about the last condition. No one is asking about last condition. Yes, case 5 can't understand. Yes, that was expected. Okay, so we will discuss the 5th case. All first 4 cases I have discussed in detail. Right now we will go for the 5th case. Means whenever minimum coefficient of friction is asked, then why we have to go about frictional force equal to mu s into n. So we will go for this one. So I will copy this statement. Okay, I'll just post it here. So I'll put a question here that find minimum coefficient of friction for equilibrium. So this is question here. Okay, so let me give a diagram, corresponding diagram here. So diagram is something like this. There is a block kept on horizontal surface. Okay, let us take some small values here. Let us say the weight is 10 Newton. Let us say we are applying a force which is equal to let us say it is 3 Newton. Okay, and for this case, you have to tell me that, or we have to find that how much mu s minimum is required, and we want equilibrium. Okay, now for this case, now see how I'll solve it. How I'm sorry, look at me. Keep looking at the board. Okay, now see, let's do some calculations. How much be normal reaction here? Normal reaction will be 10 Newton. Okay, now let me take different values. Let me take mu s is equal to 0.1 Newton. Sorry, 0.1. It is factor, so it is not Newton. 0.1. So if I take mu s is equal to 0.1, if I take this is equal to 0.1, then mu s into n will be how much? That will be simply 1 Newton. Now tell me, for this body, for this mu s, can block be in equilibrium? See how much is your force P? 3 Newton. How much is mu s into n? 1 Newton. So the block will be not in rest, the block will move. So why block will move? Because 3 Newton is more than 1 Newton. Right? So 0.1 is not sufficient here. It's not sufficient. Okay, let me take another value. Let me take mu s is equal to 0.3. 0.3. Okay, so if I take 0.3, then how much is mu s into n? Mu s into n will become now 3 Newton. If mu s into n is 3 Newton, then what will happen to the block? Can block move now? No, because 3 Newton can be balanced by the 3 Newton. So the block is at rest. So 0.3 can work. Okay, let us check the nearest value, another value near to that. Let us check mu s is equal to 0.29. If we check 0.29, then for 0.29, mu s into n will become 2.9. So with 2.9 frictional force, can block be at rest or moving? The block will be moving. The block will move. So 0.29 is not sufficient. Let's check the next value. Okay, let us check. Let us check mu s 0.31. So if I go for 0.31, for 0.31, how much is mu s into n? Mu s into n will be 3.1. Now tell me, for 3.1, block is moving or at rest? I'm waiting for your answer in the last case. For last case, mu s is equal to 0.31. Yes, case Verma, check it again. Jibish Kumar, check again. Vishnu, check again. See, you understand what this 0.31 Newton is. This is a frictional force, no? So this is opposing. This is opposite to the motion. And how much force you are applying? 3 Newton. And how much maximum can come? 0.31. Nitin, check it correctly again. Grishma, check it again. Praveen, check again. Why you are moving it? Shivam, see, miss, see this point, this 3.1 coming now. This is frictional force, no? Frictional force is opposite to the motion. And how much force you are applying? 3 Newton. So 3 Newton is less than 3.1. So the block will be at rest. Block will be at rest. Okay. Now listen carefully. Now see, out of these values, the block will be at rest for 0.3 and 0.31. These two values. These two values. If I go less than 0.3, if I go for 0.29, the block is moving. So I should not go for less than 0.3. If I go more than 0.3, like 0.31, 0.32, 0.4, 0.5, the block is still in rest. Now you tell me, what is the answer for our question, that how much minimum mu s is required for equilibrium. Now what is the answer here? What is the answer here? Yes, tell me the answer, post the answer. How much minimum it should be? It should be 0.3. It should be 0.3. Anything less than 0.3 is not enough. So the answer is 0.3. Answer is 0.3. So this should be mu s minimum. Okay, now listen carefully. Now for this value, what is the corresponding case? Corresponding case is second case, this case. Now tell me, if you have mu s is equal to 0.3 Newton, then how much the frictional force? Now see, I am taking that mu s, how much? Mu s is equal to 0.3. Now how much is P? P is 3 Newton from the main question. Then you tell me how much the frictional force. I'm waiting for your replies. How much the frictional force? If you take this as 0.3, then how much the frictional force? Frictional force value is equal to 3 Newton. Value is equal to 3 Newton, right? Value is equal to 3 Newton, and this frictional force is nothing but mu s into n. Mu s into n, isn't it? Mu s is 0.1, n is 3, right? So that is mu s is 0.3, n is 10. So that is why it is mu s into n. Now see that whenever you are asked to find minimum coefficient of friction for equilibrium, then corresponding how much is the frictional force? Corresponding frictional force is mu s into n. So whenever you are asked to calculate minimum coefficient of friction, you should use coefficient of frictional force as mu s into n. That is what we have noted here. Okay, is it clear now? Is it clear now? Yes, right. Okay, again I repeat that we discussed all static cases here. We discuss all static cases here. We discuss these are all static cases, and in static case, the frictional force is not a constant value. The frictional force changes with respect to how much force we are applying. Okay, now I will just copy this. I'll paste it here. I'll go for next set of values. Now these things are not required. Okay. Okay. I have saved the previous one, so don't worry about the data or content here. Okay, now let me go for next set of values. Okay, we discussed 5 cases there, so now it's time for go for 6th case. Okay, now see, now I'm going to apply this force P equal to 41 Newton. Now we know very well that the block will be in motion. Okay, now listen carefully. Whenever the block is moving, the frictional force value is constant value, and the frictional force constant value is mu k into n. So I will make a note here that see, in motion, whenever the block is in motion, frictional force equal to mu k into n is constant value. It is constant value. It is a constant value. So how much that value we have got? We have got is 30 Newton. Now see, the force applied is 41 Newton. The block is in equilibrium. Sorry, block is in motion. And as block is in motion, the frictional force will be how much? Frictional force will be equal to 30 Newton. Why 30? Because it is mu k into n. Now the direction 41 is positive, so this should be negative. Another set. Okay, suppose if I take this P equal to 100 Newton, I take 100 Newton, again the block will move because it is more than 40. So as the block will move, the friction force is still 30 Newton. It doesn't increase as per the force. If motion, value is constant. If motion, value is constant. Another example. If I take force P equal to minus 50 Newton, so the block will move towards left hand side. The block will move towards left hand side. If the block moves towards left hand side, now the frictional force will be plus 30 Newton. Frictional force will be towards right hand side. Another example, let us say we are applying P is equal to minus 200 Newton. Okay, with minus 200 Newton, again the block will move. Minus means the block will move towards left hand side. If the block moves towards left hand side, then the friction force will be towards right hand side, and the value is still same, 30 Newton. Okay, now see the difference between static and kinetic. In kinetic, the frictional force value is constant value, but in static, the frictional force value is changing. It depends upon how much force P you are applying. Now let me write one statement here. Okay, now listen carefully. On the paper, you have written something about capital P. Read it. It is the force in the direction of possible motion. Now listen carefully. Suppose if force P is less than mu s into n, If force P is less than mu s into n, tell me, will block move? I'm waiting for your replies. Tell me, will block move? Will block move? No, because this frictional force is more. So as the frictional force is more, block will not move. So this will be static or rest case. Right? Okay. Now, even if I say that P is equal to mu s into n, even if I say that PS is equal to mu s into n, still the block is at rest or static condition. P is equal to mu s into n means it is impending. Impending means it is equilibrium. It is still equilibrium. Okay. Now this will be an interesting question. Now, for this case, tell me how much is the frictional force. I am waiting for your reply. Let me see how good you are. How much is the frictional force? How much is the frictional force? Tell me here. For this, how much is the frictional force? Okay, now most of you are giving correct answer. See that. See, don't directly go to mu s into n because your P is not directly equal to mu s into n. Don't say 0 because P is not 0 all the time. See how much force you are applying in the direction of motion P, and the block is at rest. So the forces must be balanced. So who will balance force P? Frictional force. So to balance force P, friction force should be equal to P, so that this frictional force is equal to P. This frictional force is equal to P. If you are not understanding here, no problem. You see this case, you see this table here, and in this table, see that all the cases are equilibrium cases. All the cases are rest cases, static cases, and you see that in each case, the value of frictional force is equal to P. In each case, the value of frictional force is equal to P, isn't it? Value I'm saying, right? So this statement is correct. Okay, now second possibility. If this, okay, now this is the first possibility. What is the second possibility? Second possibility is this P is more than mu s into n. P is more than mu s into n. So if we apply this P, more than mu s into n, the block will be in motion. If the block is in motion, we have seen that the block will experience same amount of frictional force, and frictional force value I'm writing here, that is equal to how much? That is mu k into n. This is mu k into n. Okay, now listen carefully. We discussed that if question is giving you one of these 5 cases, like limiting friction, impending friction, maximum force for equilibrium, minimum force to start the motion, or minimum coefficient of friction, if one of these cases are mentioned in the question, then you take the frictional force equal to mu s into n. Yes. But if none of this is mentioned, in that case, you should go for this table only. You should go for this one only. We should go for, let me put it properly. We should go for this condition or these relations. In this relation, you see that we have to first find force P, then we have to find normal reaction, then we have to find mu s into n, we have to compare it, and then we have to understand how much is a frictional force. Okay. Now write down this also. This table also write down on the rough paper, because tomorrow when we go for the numericals, we will need it. Yes, I'm just putting here value of frictional force. This will be negative P, this will be minus mu q n. Yes, it will be. I'm just putting here the value of it. Okay. Okay, what is the relation between mu s and mu k? That is coming tomorrow. That is coming tomorrow. Mu k is coming. The relation laws are coming tomorrow. I said that also at the beginning of the numerical. Okay, I can see some doubts there, but unfortunately we don't have time today. Note down your doubt. Tomorrow we will have full length time class, that 5:30 to 9. So tomorrow after 9, I will take your doubts, because like I told you that there's another class at 7 p.m. and it's almost 6:45. So we have to stop today here. Okay, so we'll stop here today. We'll meet tomorrow at 5:30 again. We can't have doubt clearing sessions today, so we'll have doubt clearing session. Whatever doubts you have today, so those that all will be cleared tomorrow. Okay, so I'll just end the class now. Okay, thank you. I'll end the class here.